All right, let's take the discussion forward with Anshu Kapoor, who's joining us from Nuvama Asset, which is a part of the Nuvama group. And Anshu, thank you very much for your time. We understand that as part of the business at Nuvama Asset, you guys are now aiming at upping your real estate play. Talk to us about what exactly are the plans, your recent JV with Cushman. How big can be the size of the opportunity for Nuvama here?
Thank you, Ajay. Good afternoon. Thank you for having me with you. Thank you for asking about this JV. Maybe I can give you a little bit of on the size of the opportunity. Ajay, the commercial real estate sector in India is $100 billion asset class. This asset class is going to double over the next 10 years to become $200 billion. So it's a very, very large asset class. Just to give you a sense of comparison, private equity asset class in India is about $300 billion. So this asset class cannot be ignored. And this is a structural story. India today consumes or creates supply to about 50% of Asia Pacific supply. So Indian cities by far dominate Asia Pacific in terms of commercial real estate supply. It's a big asset class. However, it's been invested largely by foreign capital over the last 10 to 15 years. All the large funds that we know of, they've been investing in this asset class, and domestic investors have been left out. All the Indian investors, they've not been able to access this asset class. They have had very few products to choose from. The demand is there, but the supply of high quality institutional grade products does not exist. So that is our endeavor, to be able to serve that demand, to serve that opportunity, and give access to the Indian investors to our own commercial real estate assets and create value for them. So this is the kind of a synopsis of the opportunity. I'm happy to take more questions, Ajay.
Right. Clearly, I want to understand, Anshu, that whether it's commercial real estate or is it residential side, where exactly do you find more juice in terms of better returns for you and for your clients?
Right. See, the reason I'm talking about commercial real estate as a preference here, Ajay, it's a very large asset class. Like I said, there's a lot of institutional participation, a lot of foreign capital participation. So it's a large, sophisticated market right now. And the liquidity profile, if you want to sell grade A plus buildings, there are buyers for that. And also, what works is there's an annuity profile, as in these are leased out assets which have an annuity profile. So from a asset ownership, value creation, and eventually exit and liquidity, the profile for commercial real estate is far superior right now. Residential has not been an investor's market so far. Acquiring small units and then being able to sell to end users, it's a little bit of a hard task. And therefore, our first bet is on commercial real estate.
Anshu, I want to understand, as a private equity player, is valuations a challenge? Because we all know that the cycle is favoring, there are a lot of tailwinds and real estate is in an up move. So sometimes does that become an issue?
Yeah, so again, there are various segments or there's various parts to this market, Ajay, where the valuations are a challenge is in a market which is fully ready, leased out asset. So competition, or let's say a lot of capital is chasing limited supply there. So Indian commercial real estate is about 770 million square feet, of which, all these occupied grade A plus assets which are available in the market are being competed for. But India, like I said, there is about 170 million square feet to come over the next 5 years. If you go a little bit on what we call new builds or under construction to come up assets, there's a lot more supply and less capital chasing them. So I think the opportunity is on assets which are either ready, not fully occupied, or assets that will come up in the next 2 to 3 years. And that is the area we would like to focus on.
Okay, one quick word. How long do you think this opportunity would be? Do you think it's a prolonged cycle and hence you can build your business over next 3 to 5 year kind of a period?
Yeah, good question, Ajay. Absolutely. I think our belief is that commercial real estate market will grow to a multiple of about 1.6 to 1.x to the GDP growth. I think beyond the IT services that we hear about, global capability centers or multinational companies effectively calling India their second home. That is a big theme. But above all, what is not really reported or talked about as well is Indian companies or the new company formation in India. That is leading to a lot of growth, banking, financial services, manufacturing led supply absorption. So, India per se is a huge consumer, and to add to that is the flex working spaces. So, India actually, the commercial real estate market is fairly well diversified. And as we build products or as we build more awareness, through your medium, perhaps we'll be able to give this data out to our
Right.
consumers to make the point that it's a very big asset class here to stay.
Outstanding, Anshu. Thank you so much for joining us with those insights on the real estate space and Nuvama, which, by the way, is a listed entity now. The opportunities it's eyeing in that field. Thank you so much and good luck for all your endeavors. Before
Thank
we
you.
wrap out, the big story of the day is